What is up, everybody? I'm Nolux, Given here with your afternoon snap. Today we're going to be taking another look at this Aero Deathwave deck, which is really powerful and can do some really tricky maneuvers. So tricky, in fact, that I actually tricked myself during both of these games. I thought I was going to win, and then I thought I was going to lose, and then, well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, these both wind up being really fun. We're going to take a look at two games today, both featuring this deck. This one we have a turn 1 Lemuria, which can be a little bit awkward with the hood, but actually winds up being okay because we don't want to Killmonger our demon regardless. So now we can just drop that demon on turn 3 and that'll be pretty decent. We also have the possibility of waving here. So we do have a lot of different options, and ultimately I'm going to decide that I want to Deathlock first. And the reason for that is that way we can get some additional Nova triggers onto some more cards here. But I do think I probably want to Killmonger now. I probably don't want to go Aero here now, even though it would be slightly more on curve. I just want to save Aero for those final turns, because that can really help you lock in some nice stuff. I played cards in the wrong order there, so just going to slightly reorder these, so that way I can allow Wave to also get the bonus from Nova. My opponent snapped because they are going to be Professor Xing into Elysium, which means we have to win both of these other two locations now. So this could get a little bit tight, a little bit dicey for sure. We are going to be moving a bunch of things into the Strange Academy, and then we've got to use Aero to keep my opponent's cards in the Strange Academy next turn, and hopefully that allows us to win both Lemuria and Strange Academy. We'll see. My opponent's going to turn 5 Destroyer thanks to Elysium, and Cosmo protects their other cards. But we are slightly winning right now in Lemuria, so that's actually all that we need. I'm going to go ahead and snap back. Yondu plus Aero will have 20 power in the Strange Academy. They're not going to be able to play 20 power this turn, even Taskmaster plus something else, and there's no reason for this deck to even run Taskmaster. So I'm feeling pretty confident, and my opponent actually plays all of their cards into Strange Academy. They didn't even try to win Lemuria, but then I realized they had a Mr. Fantastic, so they actually do win Lemuria, and we are thwarted. But then I get to reveal my Mysterio. I totally forgot about it and wasn't calculating it in to my win percentage there, so we actually are able to find the victory. My opponent should have played Captain America into Lemuria. I don't know what they were doing there, but it wouldn't have mattered because we had Aero regardless. So we would have got the win despite my opponent's small mistake there. Like I said, I do want to take a look at one more game again with this Aero Deathwave deck. There's just a lot of funky tricks that you can do in the end game with Magneto and Aero that really wind up surprising players. So in this one, we've got a Dream Dimension, and then we've also got Killmonger, Deathlock, and Death. So a lot of those same early game cards in Strange Academy, again making an appearance. Kind of strange. We're going to play Yondu this turn, and then we'll kill it with Killmonger later, but just good to get the Yondu out there. That way you can have a little bit of a discount on the Death. That one's always good. And we're going to take out my opponent's Moon Girl, like I've said. Doesn't really matter. And then they reveal an Angela, which is a pretty decent card to Strange Academy, because then you get to pump up the Angela, and then the things will disperse, and you can pump up the Angela a little bit more sometimes too. We'll play Bucky Barnes, and then the plan is to Deathlock over here next turn. And then my opponent's going to reveal Warrior Falls, which makes this game pretty crazy. First off, my Bucky Barnes is going to get destroyed here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Killmonger next turn. There's always some lag in Warrior Falls, by the way. But I'm going to play Killmonger next turn, destroying Yondu and destroying Nightcrawler, and what that will also do is make it so that Scarlet Witch is the lowest card in Warrior Falls, and then hopefully we can destroy that. And with all of these cards getting destroyed, also Nova, one of the best things that I could have possibly drawn here, that's really, really good for me. But with all of these cards getting destroyed, the goal is we're going to get to play Death a whole lot cheaper on this one. So that seems really fun to me. Oscorp Tower, don't have to worry about that anymore. So we will Killmonger and we dodge the Cosmo. So that's really sweet. But Cosmo's actually going to die now because we're going to kill Yondu. So that worked out really, really well. We're actually tied with Angela right now. We take out their Scarlet Witch and their Cosmo. And now we're like pretty ahead. This is a very, very silly game, but we're pretty ahead right now. And I'm kind of worried my opponent might just play something into Warrior Falls so that way their Angela is bigger than my Winter Soldier. I'm debating where to put this Death a little bit, but ultimately I'm going to decide to make Winter Soldier and Angela battle up against this Death. So we take both of those out now, and now we are the sole victor in Warrior Falls, and this one's looking pretty good. We get to drop a 12 power Magneto, and we're winning the other two locations. I think about just Magneto into Oscorp, that way we'll be up by 16, but ultimately decide to go for Magneto over into this Dream Dimension. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. I feel like we're gonna win. My opponent doesn't even play in Dream Dimension, but they have a leader. So their leader winds up beating us for a split second, makes them have 14 power over in the Dream Dimension. I didn't get to react how I felt in live time, but I was like, to break it down, I was like, okay, my opponent didn't even play in this location. We definitely won. And then I see that they have leader, and I'm like, oh no, we lose because... well, we wouldn't have actually lost, but we lose to their Magneto, so I thought that that was a little bit scary. But then their Magneto that they leader stole from us winds up bringing that Killmonger over, and all is right with the world. Just a really silly one with a bunch of things, the Warrior Falls stuff going on. I really wanted to showcase this one, but that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Looks Given. Peace.